community, Five Nights at Freddy's has taken YouTube by storm, and with Five Nights at Freddy's 3 potentially being released at any moment, the hype is real. There are dozens of forums dedicated to theories and speculations of the upcoming installment that is so successful at making us sweaty. Or is that just me? So even though we don't have very much to go on, just a teaser trailer and a cryptic picture, dedicated fans have come up with some pretty impressive theories. Today I chose 5 of the most intriguing theories that I could find. Let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about these theories and if you have any of your own. So let's get to it. The release date? Perhaps the biggest speculation is when is the game going to be released? Unfortunately for us fans, Scott Cawthon loves surprises, and on more than one occasion has intentionally misled us just to keep the anticipation going. So as far as when we could possibly get our hands on some more Freddy, most fans are in agreement that it's going to be sometime within February and March. Most fans have jumped to this conclusion since there's a little less than 3 months separating Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2. But some Redditors were not satisfied with this broad answer, and they went back to the release of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2 for more clues. Noticing that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out exactly 87 days after the first, and the coincidence of the number reappearing in the bite accident, which happened to be in 1987. They thought this was too much of a coincidence to not have been pre-planned. They came to the conclusion that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 should be released on February 5th. You guessed it, 87 days after the release of the second one. But apparently fans have been bombarding Scott with this to the point where he publicly announced that the game will not be released on February 5th, citing there is too much work to be done. So there lies the dilemma. Will it or won't it? Fortunately for us, February 5th should be the day that this video is uploaded, so we should already know or will know very shortly if this theory is true. 30 years? Scott Cawthon posted a mysterious offline image to his website. Knowing how sneaky Scott could be, fans instantly started looking for hidden clues. So naturally, they started looking in the image's coding. Turns out the image is riddled with cryptic messages. One such buried phrase is 30 years. There are 2 main theories that stem from this message. The first and most obvious theory is that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 will take place 30 years in the future from some established point, in either Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which takes place in 1993, or Five Nights at Freddy's 2 that takes place in 1987. Keeping in mind that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was a prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 1, this leads us to our next theory, that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 will take place 30 years before Five Nights at Freddy's 2, leaving the storyline to be sometime in the 1950s. Believers of the second theory also mentioned that there is only the first Fazbear Pizza restaurant that is missing from the series, which happens to be the Fazbear Family Diner. So Five Nights at Freddy's 3 could be a prequel, and the storyline would tell us of the first incident, back when the suits were worn by actual people. Of course, we have to remember that Scott is a man of mystery, and he may have just included the 30 years phrase to throw us through a loop. So the hidden 30 years phrase could possibly be meaningless to the storyline. Only one left? Hidden in the offline image is the phrase, only one left. And apparently this must be a favorite among theorists because I found 2 super interesting theories based off of this cryptic phrase. The first one being the most simplistic. Only one left could be hinting at Five Nights at Freddy's 3 being the last in the series, not including the speculated spin-off. So the story revealed in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 would finish the trilogy and further explain the origin of Freddy and the gang. This theory ties into and further supports the previous theory that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 will be set 30 years before Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The second theory, stemming from Only One Left, also uses the other cryptic messages, I remain and I'm still here, to suggest that all the other animatronics are gone and Golden Freddy remains in the building that we last saw him. If you choose to believe this theory, it also ties into the idea that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 will be set 30 years in the future. Are we the Purple Man? Trying to figure out the identity of the Purple Man has been a thorn in every fan's side. Because he appears to wear a badge, we're all under the assumption that he's a security guard. Believing this, it's not much of a stretch to then assume that all security guards wear purple uniforms. So then we can conclude that we also wear purple uniforms. A Redditor took a look at all these clues to piece together an amazing theory. The Redditor offered the idea that the teaser trailer was Scott talking to us, the players. With his logic, in the teaser trailer where it says, he'll come back, he always does. The text isn't referring to the Purple Man killer like a lot of us fans believe. It's actually referring to the employee, which is you, because you always come back for another night of terror. This Redditor also uses the appearance of the phrase, "we have a place for him," as a reference to the animatronic's determination to stuff us into a suit to join the gang of furry robotic nightmares. So all these clues and theories leave us with one important question. Are we the Purple Man? Who's the new animatronic? Well, the teaser trailer didn't really give us much of anything. It did give us a glimpse of what appears to be a new addition to the gang. While there are a few different names fans have offered for our new hostile friend, the most popular appears to be Salvage because of the new animatronic's patchy appearance. But some fans have referred to the new animatronic as Golden Bonnie, but after some intense detective work, many players reject this idea because they found noticeable differences between the two. Regardless of what name you want to refer to it as or what it'll actually be called, Salvage looks to be made up of both Bonnie and Freddy. More specifically, Freddy's torso and Bonnie's head. What's even crazier is some fans are claiming to have seen Salvage in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 as the Shadow Bonnie hallucination. To support their claim, they're using the fact that the silhouette does look like Bonnie, but is rocking some wicked pair of chompers that Bonnie typically doesn't sport. But the new animatronic is in the trailer. That Scott is a genius. An evil suspense building genius. So there you guys have it, the top 5 theories and speculations of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to share it with a friend and give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not yet part of this Radtastic community, well, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join today. Until next time, bye!